All right, everyone. Good Thursday evening. 8:02 is the time right now. We're looking live. This is at the, this is from the World War I Museum and Memorial, and we're looking out at Union Station, and it's cool because it looks spooky as we've got steam. Where we put the camera, we're going to have to move it because we have the steam coming across. But it looks good tonight on Halloween Eve as we're all lit up in red. All right. So we've got some updates to the forecast that might affect your trick-or-treaters. I've got a little bear and a bat and a princess of mine that is going to be going out tomorrow. And we got to watch a couple things. So I want to give you a setup with that. And into the weekend, some new stuff is showing up as well. Which weekend day is going to be the best and why your car might actually be affected by the weather over the next couple of days. Mine already was. So I've got the Facebook questions and comments up. If you've got any questions or comments, just put them to me there. I won't see them whenever the graphics are full, but I'll see them by the end so I can answer anything by the end of the video. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is the main setup in the jet stream and our weather. This is what we look at whenever we forecast. And if you remember, the first 3 quarters of October was really warm because we were on the warm side of the jet stream. And now we've transitioned to the cooler side, just barely, but we're on the cooler side now. And that has dropped our temperatures back largely below normal. And we've got another dose of below normal temperatures coming with another low pressure system that's going to arrive Friday and into Saturday. So that's going to have an impact on our weather, and it starts on Friday. So here's the headlines for Halloween. First off, it's cold and frosty in the morning, much like what we had today. It's a cool afternoon, similar to what we had today, and this is what's new. There is now a low rain chance, so we got to watch for some showers right around trick-or-treat time on our Halloween. So 36 in the morning. We want to dress warm again, just like today. Today we hit 57. Tomorrow we hit 59. Pretty similar as far as how it feels outside. But, looking at the temperatures for trick-or-treaters and costumes and just thinking about how, what are the kids going to need to wear, they're going to have something warm. If their costume's not warm, it's going to need to be, coats underneath or long sleeves underneath or coats on top, something, because we're going to be in the low 50s pretty fast. The rain chance not super high, but it is right there through trick-or-treat time. Winds aren't a big problem, so that's good. Overall, I still think we're in pretty good shape, but this is something that we at least need to have in the back of our minds. So let's look at this a little bit more closely. Here's the rain chance across our area on Friday. First off, if you get rain, it's not going to be much. It'd be light showers. It'd be sprinkles. I just don't want you to be caught off guard in the event that you see this. 20% chance. I don't have a first warn. It's nothing like that. But, 80% chance that you don't. But there's now a slight chance along Kansas City and I-70. A little bit higher, 30% chance south. Paola, Ottawa, Harrisonville. This is why. So the day starts sunny and it's really pretty. And as we get past, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, here comes some clouds. It's a weak little system that passes by overhead, but it's going to stir up the atmosphere. We get some clouds going, and later on in the day, this is 5, 6, we're trick-or-treaters probably getting out and about by about this time. And you see these little stripes of green showing up. There's 7, and hey, that's some light showers. This one computer forecast is showing. Not all of them are. But this is one of our better ones. It's super high resolution. It updates all the time. And then it goes south. So probably done with a lot of Halloween stuff by the time it gets down here. But it's a little bit more organized in Harrisonville and Warrensburg and Paola. Well, that's by like 10 or 11 o'clock. All right, so there's the whole thing. Now, the other thing I mentioned is your car. My car, my truck, was impacted by the weather already. I'm talking about this thing. Have you seen that? The tire pressure light. So if you haven't seen it yet, there's a decent chance that you will before the week is done or into the weekend, because cold mornings, they lower the tire pressure, the air pressure within your tires. Cold air is much more dense than warm air, so that causes the pressure to decrease, and then it sends off the triggers with your sensors that say, hey, we're pressure's too low. You got to air up your tire. So it's usually common. You have that this time of year. So don't be surprised. No big deal. Pull in Quick Trip. Get you some air. Temperatures in the mid-30s like we had this morning. We'll do that again Friday morning and Saturday morning. Sunday morning, though, the coldest so far of this season, as we could see our first freeze. And that's colder than normal. Normal is about 40. So chilly, chilly. And just a heads up, you know, a lot of times people just leave their fans on the summer setting, which blows the air down, which is what you think of whenever you think of a fan. And you can switch it. There's actually a switch on your fan, and if you switch it the other direction, then what that will do is actually lift the warm. So you're pumping heat into your house. That will lift that warm air up. That warm air hits the ceiling. It spreads out, kind of fans out along the ceiling, and then it spreads down the walls. And what that does is distributes the heat across the room. So it can actually kind of help warm your house a little bit and keep it from, just spreading out the warmth rather than just kind of concentrating it all down low. All right. Here's the forecast as we look into your weekend. So tomorrow's high is 59. Not bad, increasing clouds, but a good looking day. That system I showed you, though, that passes by, is going to drop us back. We had to cool Saturday down into the 40s for highs. That'd be our coolest day so far this season. 49. It's cloudy. It's not pretty, but it's not bad either. It's not super windy. We don't expect rain. It just isn't great outside. Then Sunday is your pick weekend day. It's not as warm as it was looking yesterday, but still mid-50s and sunshine. I mean, it's a pretty good looking day. So there's the big update there. Temperatures right now, let's see where we're at. We are down in the 40s, 46 in Kansas City. Some of us already down in the low 40s. Look at Chillicothe and Cameron and Marshall. By tomorrow morning, you're going to be in the 30s pretty well everywhere that we go. Going with 36 in Kansas City and 34 St. Joe, Maryville, 35 in Paola and Lacine. And again, we do have the frost advisory. I don't think that we're going to have fog this morning or Friday morning like we did this morning. It just kind of came out of nowhere. We were talking about fog yesterday and how the ingredients were all there, but it took until about 9 o'clock before it really got fired up. But once it did, it was pretty thick. I don't think we're going to have as big of an issue with that tomorrow. But we do have the frost advisory, so you may see frost again, including in Kansas City. That goes till 9 o'clock. The day shakes out with sunshine in the morning, that cold morning. By noon, you're already at 55, so we're warming 20 degrees already by about lunchtime. Then it kind of slows down as the clouds fill in, and we only go to about 59 for your afternoon high. Winds are light out of the northwest at 5 to 10. Highs are pretty consistent. We'll be in the upper 50s to mid-50s most everywhere. A couple low 60s, too. You get south of I-70. You got some 60s on the way for Friday. Not bad. All right. 7-day forecast. Something else is on Sunday. Don't forget. Daylight saving time comes to an end, and we fall back at 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. So that means our sunrise is going to be 6:48. We get an extra hour of sleep, so cool. Sunset, though, 5:15. Ugh. Not a fan of that. Next week, look at this. Next week looks great. We have tons of sunshine, a big warm-up. We're in the mid to upper 60s. There's a good shot we'll see some 70s next week. Look at Wednesday at 69 degrees. And our nights are going to warm up a lot, too. So we'll be giving the heater a break as we go to lows and near 50, even by Wednesday morning. So that one looks pretty nice. Okay. All right, let's see if we have any questions or comments over here. I don't see any. Okay, everybody. Well, that's the update for you. I will have a new computer forecast. The first one, Future Radar. It's going to update for us by 10 o'clock. I'll have that on the 10 o'clock news on KCTV5. So if you want to keep a close watch on your trick-or-treaters for tomorrow and what that may look like, I'll have you covered with that. Otherwise, I hope this was helpful, and you have a great rest of your night. Always appreciate you joining us. Take care. We'll see you next time.